The Galactic Federation had been watching Earth for decades. Their first look at humans made them think Earth people were simple and not worth talking to. After many years, in 2137, they finally decided to open an official building on Earth. They thought humans would thank them and do whatever they said. They were wrong. Humans were not like other space creatures they had met before. Humans fought back. Detective Frank Taylor did not care that the alien standing in front of him was 7 feet tall. The alien, called Ambassador Zax Tool, had scales that shined like rainbow colors under the bright lights of the police station. Frank had seen aliens before. This was his job in the Chicago Interspecies Division. "Look, Ambassador Zax Tool, I know you are upset about the break-in, but this is a job for local police," Frank said. He ran his hand through his gray hair, feeling tired. The alien wore a small box on his chest. It made clicking sounds and then spoke in a robot-like voice. "Detective Taylor, taking Federation technology is a very big crime. It breaks the settlement treaty. The people who did this must be given to Federation police right now." Officer Diane Williams stood against the wall. Her dark eyes watched the alien carefully. She did not trust him. Before becoming a police officer, Diane had been a space marine for 2 tours during the Mars colony fight. Everyone in the police station knew she did not like or trust aliens. "With all respect, Ambassador," Diane said, "any crimes that happen on American land are our job to fix. Your people agreed to this when you set up your building here." What the alien did not know was that some police officers were doing bad things. Captain Harold Simmons and Sergeants Paul Bennett and Victor Cruz had been stealing alien technology for years and selling it for lots of money. The recent theft from the alien building was actually done by them. They made it look like human. Hate groups did it. On the other side of the city, Maya Johnson sat alone in her small home. She was looking at secret files. She had worked for the FBI for 15 years. Now she worked in the FBI's Extraterrestrial Affairs Bureau. She had been watching the corrupt Chicago police for months. Tomorrow she would act on what she knew. But tonight she had to get ready. The Federation was not the only one with secrets. The next day, Frank walked into the police station early. He found Captain Simmons talking quietly with Sergeant Cruz in the break room. "Frank, come here," Captain Simmons said. "We need to talk about the alien case." Frank joined them, pouring himself a cup of coffee. He did not know about their secret deals, but he had started to wonder why some cases were closed so quickly. "The ambassador keeps pushing for answers," Frank said. "He called me 3 times yesterday." Captain Simmons smiled. "Don't worry about him. These aliens think they run everything, but they can't touch us. Just keep him busy with paperwork. Say we're following leads." Sergeant Cruz laughed. "By next week, this will all be forgotten. Trust me." Across town, Maya Johnson put on her FBI jacket and checked her gun. Today was the day. After months of secret work, they had all the proof they needed. 5 other FBI agents waited for her signal. "Remember," she told them, "these officers are armed and dangerous. They've stolen alien weapons that we don't fully understand. Be careful." Back at the police station, the day went on as normal. Calls came in, reports were filed. At lunchtime, Officer Diane Williams noticed something strange. There were new faces in the building, people she didn't know walking around like they belonged there. She went to Frank's desk. "Something's not right," she whispered. "I think we're being watched." Before Frank could answer, the station doors opened. Maya Johnson walked in with 10 FBI agents behind her. She held up her badge. "I'm Special Agent Maya Johnson, FBI, everyone." "Stay where you are." Captain Simmons came out of his office. "What is the meaning of this? You can't just walk in here." Maya looked straight at him. "Captain Harold Simmons, you are under arrest for theft of alien technology, selling restricted items, and breaking the settlement treaty." The room got very quiet. 2 FBI agents moved toward Simmons with handcuffs. "This is crazy," Simmons said. "You have no proof. I'm calling my lawyer." Maya smiled slightly. "Call whoever you want. We have recordings of your meetings with black market buyers. We have bank records showing money going into your secret accounts. We even have alien technology we bought from you through our undercover agents." Sergeants Bennett and Cruz tried to leave through the back door, but FBI agents were waiting for them too. Frank and Diane watched in shock as their captain and two sergeants were handcuffed and read their rights. "Did you know about this?" Frank asked Diane. She shook her head. "No, but I always thought something was off about how they handled alien cases." After the arrested officers were taken away, Maya gathered the remaining police staff. "For the past 6 months, we've been watching this precinct. We know that most of you are honest officers doing your jobs. Captain Simmons and his partners were selling dangerous alien technology to anyone who could pay. This put everyone on Earth at risk." Young officer raised his hand. "What happens now? Who's in charge?" "For now, the FBI will oversee this division," Maya explained. "We'll be working closely with the Galactic Federation to fix the damage that's been done." That evening, Maya met with Ambassador Zaxtol at the Yo Federation building. The large room had strange plants and light fixtures that seemed to float in the air. "Your work was acceptable," the ambassador said through his translator, "though we would have preferred to handle this matter ourselves." Maya kept her face calm. "With all respect, Ambassador, Earth is our home. We will enforce our laws here. Humans are always so independent," the ambassador said. The translator couldn't show emotion, but Maya thought she heard disapproval in his clicks and whistles. "It's one of our best qualities," she replied. "The Federation needs to understand that if we're going to work together." As she left the building, Maya looked up at the night sky. Stars twinkled above the city lights. Somewhere up there were more alien worlds, more civilizations. Earth was just beginning its journey into the galactic community. Her phone rang. It was her FBI boss. "Johnson," she answered. "Great work today," her boss said. "The director wants to see you tomorrow morning. I think you're getting a promotion." Maya smiled. Whatever came next, Earth would need strong people to stand up for humanity's place among the stars. She was ready. 3 weeks passed since the arrests at the Chicago police station. The big courthouse was busy today. People walked quickly through the halls. News reporters stood outside with cameras. This was a big case. Everyone wanted to see what would happen to the police officers who sold alien technology. Captain Harold Simmons walked into the courtroom wearing an expensive suit. He did not look worried. Next to him, Sergeants Paul Bennett and Victor Cruz also looked calm. Their lawyers had told them not to worry. "This will be over fast," Simmons whispered to Cruz. "They have no real proof that connects us to the theft. The man we paid to take the blame ran away to another planet with all the evidence." Cruz nodded and fixed his tie. "The Federation alien is very angry, but what can they do? They still need our government to let them dig for metals in the asteroid belt." The 3 police officers did not know that the courtroom had been set up ahead of time. FBI agents dressed as court workers were placed all around the room. Hidden cameras recorded every word they said. Judge Eleanor Patel came into the room. Everyone stood up. She was a serious woman who did not smile much. "Sit down," she said. "We are here today for the first hearing in the case of the United States versus Harold Simmons, Paul Bennett, and Victor Cruz. They are charged with stealing, being corrupt, and breaking the settlement treaty." The lawyer for the police officers stood up right away. He was tall with gray hair and glasses. "Your Honor, we ask that you throw out this case right now. The government has no real proof that my clients did anything wrong." The lawyer for the government, a young man named Alan Clark, smiled a little. "Your Honor, the government would like to bring in a special witness who just arrived." The doors at the back of the courtroom opened. Everyone turned to look. Maya Johnson walked in. She wore a dark blue suit and had her hair styled neatly. She walked with confidence as she came to the front of the room. "Please tell the court your name and job," Judge Patel said. "My name is Maya Johnson. As of 8 o'clock this morning, I am the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation." Captain Simmons's face turned white. Sergeant Bennett grabbed the edge of the table hard. This was not what they expected. They thought they would see a low-level FBI agent, someone they could scare or make look bad. "Director Johnson, can you tell us why you are involved in this case?" the government lawyer asked. "For the past 11 months, I personally led Operation Broken Shield. This was an investigation into corruption in the Chicago Police Department's Interspecies Division," Maya said in a clear, strong voice. Before I became director, I was the special agent in charge of the Extraterrestrial Affairs Bureau. The defense lawyer jumped up. Objection. No one told us about any federal investigation. That is what undercover operation means, counselor, Judge Patel said dryly. Maya walked to a screen that had been set up next to the witness stand. She touched it, and a 3D picture of Earth and the planets appeared in the air. What these police officers don't know is that the technology they stole and sold wasn't just valuable. It was dangerous, she explained. The quantum phase communicator they took from the Varaxian embassy can break through all known security codes. In the wrong hands, it could put the whole world in danger. The courtroom was very quiet as everyone thought about what this meant. But there's more, Maya continued. The Federation has not been honest about why they really came to Earth. Ambassador Zaxtal shifted in his seat among the people watching the trial. During our investigation, we found that these officers weren't just corrupt. They were being used in a bigger plan without knowing it. Maya touched the screen again and it showed messages that had been sent between the Federation embassy and their home planet. The Federation has been putting advanced technology on Earth through black markets on purpose. They want us to depend on their systems while they learn about how humans adapt and solve problems. The ambassador stood up quickly. This is not true. These claims have no proof and break diplomatic rules. Judge Patel hit her gavel. Ambassador, you will sit down or be removed from my courtroom. Maya stayed calm. What the Federation didn't expect was how resourceful humans are. Every piece of technology they leaked, we figured out how it worked. Every system they introduced, we made better. She turned to look directly at the police officers. These men broke their promise to protect and serve. They thought they were smart criminals making money from alien technology. Really, they were. Test subjects in the Federation's social experiment. Captain Simmons looked shocked. That's not possible. We sold to human buyers who paid us for the tech. Those buyers were Federation agents who had been changed to look human. Maya replied. We've been watching them for months. The defense lawyers were whispering to each other urgently, seeing their case fall apart. In the back of the courtroom, Frank Taylor and Diane Williams watched with surprise. They had been asked to testify about working with the corrupt officers. Did you know any of this? Frank whispered to Diane. She shook her head. No, I knew something was wrong in our department, but this is bigger than I thought. The government, lawyer stood up again. Your Honor, based on this testimony, the government wants to add more serious charges. Treason and conspiracy against the United States. Judge Patel nodded. The charges will be amended. The defendants will remain in custody until trial. As the court officers led Simmons, Bennett, and Cruz away, Maya gathered her papers. Her first day as FBI director was going exactly as planned. Outside, the courthouse reporters crowded around Maya as she walked to her car. Director Johnson, what does this mean for Earth Federation relations? One reporter shouted. Is Earth in danger from alien technology? Another asked. Maya faced the cameras. Today we've shown that no one is above the law, human or alien. The FBI will continue to protect Earth's interests while working with those from other worlds who truly want peace and cooperation. Back at FBI headquarters, Maya's new office was still being set up. Boxes sat unpacked on the floor. She looked out the window at Washington, D.C. spread below. Being the first black woman to lead the FBI was a huge responsibility. Now she had an even bigger job, making sure Earth stayed safe in a universe that was much more dangerous than most people knew. Her phone rang. It was the president. Congratulations. On your first day, Director, the president said. I see you didn't waste any time. Thank you, Madam President. But this is just the beginning, Maya replied. The Federation won't be happy about what I revealed today. Let me worry about the diplomacy, the president said. You focus on keeping us safe. We'll talk more tomorrow. As Maya hung up, she knew. The next few days would be challenging. The Federation had resources across the galaxy. They would not like being exposed. But Maya had spent her whole career preparing for this moment. She was ready. News about the Federation's secret plan spread fast around the world. People were angry. Groups gathered outside Federation buildings in major cities. World leaders called emergency meetings. Everyone wanted answers about what the aliens were really doing on Earth. Maya Johnson sat in her new office at FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. It was her third day as FBI director. Her desk was covered with reports about protests and security concerns. A large screen on the wall showed news from around the world. There was a knock on her door. "Come in," Maya said. Agent Kevin Phillips entered. He had worked with Maya for years and was now her chief assistant. "Director, the president is on line 1, and the Federation ambassador has been calling non-stop." Maya nodded. "Tell the ambassador I'll meet him tomorrow, not before. I'll take the president's call now." When Agent Phillips left, Maya picked up the secure phone. "Good morning, Madam President." "Director Johnson, I need an update on the situation," President Olivia Martinez said. "The Federation Council has sent an official complaint about your testimony in court. They're saying you violated diplomatic agreements by spying on their embassy. With all respect, Madam President, they violated those same agreements first by running covert operations on our soil," Maya replied. "We have solid proof of their activities." "I know, and that's why I'm backing you completely," the president said. "But we need to be careful. The Federation controls access to technology we need, especially for our Mars colony and the Jupiter mining stations." "What would you like me to do?" Maya asked. "I'm calling a special meeting of the National Security Council tomorrow. I want you to present everything you have on the Federation's activities, every bit of evidence. We need to decide our next steps as a united front." After the call ended, Maya looked out her window at the Washington Monument in the distance. Things were moving faster than she had expected. The court case against the corrupt Chicago police was now the smallest part of a much bigger problem. Her phone rang again. It was Frank Taylor, the detective from Chicago. "Director Johnson, I hope I'm not bothering you," Frank said. "But something strange is happening here." Maya sat up straighter. "What is it, Detective?" "The alien technology that was stolen from the embassy. Some of it is missing from our evidence room. The logs show it was signed out for testing by the FBI, but our local FBI office says they don't have it." Maya frowned. "I didn't authorize any removal of evidence. When did this happen?" "Last night, between midnight and 4 a.m., Frank said. "The security cameras were disabled during that time. The officer on duty says he doesn't remember anything unusual." "That's not possible," Maya said. "Stay there. I'm sending a team right away." Maya hung up and immediately called Agent Phillips back to her office. "We have a situation in Chicago. I need our best technical team there within 2 hours." While Agent Phillips made arrangements, Maya opened her computer and accessed the secure FBI database. She looked through the records of all alien technology currently held by the FBI. Something wasn't adding up. 3 hours later, Maya was on a secure video call with her team in Chicago. They had set up in the police station's conference room. Frank Taylor stood behind them, watching. The evidence locker was definitely compromised, the lead FBI technician reported. But whoever did it knew all our security protocols. They had proper codes and credentials. "What exactly was taken?" Maya asked. 3 items: the quantum phase communicator, a biological scanner, and something the logs list as unknown device alpha, the technician said. Maya thought for a moment. "Check everyone who entered the building in the past week. I want to know if any Federation representatives or their known associates were there." While her team worked, Maya pulled up the files on the 3 missing devices. The communicator was dangerous enough. It could break through any Earth encryption. The biological scanner could read a person's genetic code from a distance. But the unknown device alpha worried her most because they still didn't know what it did. Just then, Agent Phillips rushed into her office. "Director, you need to see this." He turned on the TV. The screen showed the Federation Embassy in Washington, D.C. A large ship was hovering above it. It wasn't like the usual Federation ships. This one was bigger and had visible weapons. "When did this arrive?" Maya asked. "Just now. No warning. It just appeared in our airspace," Phillips said. "Air Force jets are scrambling, but they're keeping their distance." Maya picked up her secure phone again to call the president, but it rang before she could dial. Director Johnson, the Federation ambassador, is requesting an immediate meeting. With you and me, President Martinez said when Maya answered. Their new ship just arrived with a special envoy from their High Council. Do you think it's a threat? Maya asked. Maybe. Or maybe they're worried about what else we know, the president replied. Either way, we need to meet them. My office, 1 hour. As Maya prepared for the meeting, she thought about what was happening. The Federation had been caught spying on Earth. They had used corrupt human police officers in their plan. Now some of their technology was missing, and they had sent a warship. None of this was good. Frank Taylor called again from Chicago. Director, we found something. The night shift officer who was on duty when the evidence went missing has been acting strange. We checked his bank records. He got a large payment 3 days ago from an offshore account. Bring him in for questioning, Maya instructed. But be careful. If he's working with the Federation, he might have protection we don't know about. An hour later, Maya walked into the Oval Office. President Martinez was already there with her top security advisors. The room was tense. Director Johnson, thank you for coming quickly, the president said. The Federation ambassador and their special envoy will be here in 5 minutes. Before they arrive, is there anything else I should know? Maya nodded. Yes, Madam President. 3 key pieces of alien technology were stolen from the Chicago evidence room last night. I believe the Federation took back their own technology, which suggests they're very worried about what we might learn from it. The president frowned. That complicates things. They're coming here to complain about us, but they're the ones stealing. There's more, Maya said. I've been reviewing our files. Over the past 5 years, there have been 28 unexplained break-ins at research facilities working on advanced technology. We now believe these were Federation operations. Before the president could respond, her secretary announced the arrival of the Federation representatives. The door opened and Ambassador Zaxa Tool entered. Behind him came a taller alien with darker scales and more elaborate clothing. This had to be the special envoy. President Martinez, thank you for meeting us on such short notice, the ambassador said through his translator. This is High Envoy Krelvax of the Federation Council. The High Envoy stepped forward. His translator spoke with a deeper voice. Madam President, we have come to address a serious situation. Your FBI director has made false claims about the Federation in a public court. This is unacceptable. Maya met the alien's gaze without flinching. She knew this meeting would determine Earth's future. The next few minutes would be critical. The president gestured for everyone to sit. High Envoy, we have proof of your activities. Instead of making accusations, perhaps you should explain why the Federation has been conducting secret operations on Earth. The High Envoy's scales changed color slightly, a sign of surprise, Maya guessed. He hadn't expected Earth's leaders to stand firm. I see we have much to discuss, the High Envoy said finally. Perhaps more openly than we had planned. The meeting in the Oval Office lasted for 3 tense hours. Maya Johnson watched carefully as President Martinez faced the Federation representatives. The tall aliens stood stiffly, their scales changing colors as they spoke. Let me be clear, President Martinez said. Earth is not a testing ground for your technology. We are not lab animals for your experiments. High Envoy Krelvax's translator made clicking sounds before speaking. Madam President, you misunderstand our intentions. The Federation has been helping Earth advance. Without our guidance, your species would still be decades away from proper space travel. Maya stepped forward. With respect, that's not true. We've tracked 28 break-ins at our research centers. Each time data was stolen, not given. That's not help, that's theft. The High Envoy turned to Maya. His large eyes blinked slowly. Director Johnson, you have a limited view of galactic politics. There are dangers in space that Earth is not ready to face. Our actions were for your protection. We can protect ourselves, Maya replied. But first we need honesty. Why did you take back the technology from Chicago last night? The ambassador and High Envoy looked at each other. Their scales flashed patterns that their translators didn't convert to speech. Finally, the High Envoy spoke again. Some technologies are too dangerous for young species. The device you call Unknown Device Alpha is one of them. If used wrongly, it could harm your entire planet. President Martinez leaned forward. Then why bring it to Earth at all? The meeting ended with a shaky agreement. The Federation would share more information about their activities on Earth. In return, Earth would continue to allow Federation access to the solar system for mining and research. As Maya left the White House, her phone rang. It was Frank Taylor in Chicago. "Director, we questioned the night guard," Frank said. "He claims he doesn't remember anything from his shift that night. Our doctors say he might have been drugged." "What about security footage from outside the building?" Maya asked. "We found something strange," Frank replied. "There's a gap in the recording, but just before that we see a human entering the building. The face recognition system identifies him as Captain Harold Simmons." Maya stopped walking. "That's impossible. Simmons is in federal prison awaiting trial." "I know," Frank said. "I checked. He's definitely still in his cell. But the man on the video looks exactly like him." Maya's mind raced. "I'm coming back to Chicago. I need to see this for myself." 2 hours later, Maya was on a government jet flying to Chicago. She reviewed the files on her tablet. The court case against the corrupt police officers was set to begin next week. The Federation had been caught spying on Earth. And now someone who looked exactly like Captain Simmons had stolen alien technology. The plane landed at O'Hare Airport where Frank Taylor was waiting to pick her up. "Any updates?" Maya asked as they walked to his car. "Yes," Frank said. "We found something else. The night before the break-in, a visitor came to see Simmons in prison. The logs show it was his lawyer, but when we checked the law firm's records, none of their people visited him that day. When they arrived at the police station, Officer Diane Williams was waiting for them. She had been working with the FBI since the arrests of her corrupt bosses. "Director Johnson, we have the security video ready to show you," Diane said, leading them to a small room with monitors. The video showed a man who looked exactly like Captain Simmons walking into the police station at 1:23 a.m. He nodded to the night guard, who let him pass without question. The man went straight to the evidence room, used a key card, and entered. 20 minutes later, he left carrying a small case. "The face is perfect," Maya said. "Even the way he walks is the same." Frank nodded. "Exactly like Simmons." But Simmons was definitely in prison at this time. Maya thought back to her conversation with the Federation representatives. "They have technology we don't fully understand. The biological scanner that was stolen can read a person's genetic code from a distance. What if they can do more than just read it?" Diane looked confused. "What do you mean?" "What if they can copy it?" Maya suggested. "Create a duplicate of a person." Frank looked shocked. "That's not possible, is it?" 6 months ago, I would have said no," Maya replied. "But now I'm not sure what's possible." Maya's phone rang. It was Agent Phillips from FBI headquarters. "Director, there's been another incident," he said urgently. "A break-in at the Quantum Research Lab in Nevada. The security team is down and the main research computer was accessed." "Any video of the intruder?" Maya asked. "Yes, and you're not going to believe this," Phillips said. "It looks like you." Maya felt a cold chill. "Send me the footage right away." Moments later, Maya was looking at security video from the Nevada lab. The person on the screen looked exactly like her, down to the smallest detail. "This is from 3 hours ago," Phillips explained. "While you were in the meeting at the White House." Maya turned to Frank and Diane. "The Federation is creating duplicates of people in positions of authority. They're using them to access secured locations." Frank shook his head in disbelief. "But why? What are they looking for?" "I don't know yet," Maya said. "But we need to warn the president." Before she could make the call, the lights in the police station went out. Emergency lights came on, casting red shadows across the room. "Power failure?" Diane asked. Frank checked. His phone. No signal either. Maya went to the window. Outside, the entire block was dark. Further away, she could see other buildings losing power too. The blackout was spreading across the city. Her secure satellite phone still worked. She called, "FBI headquarters." "Phillips, what's happening?" she asked when he answered. It's not just Chicago, he said. We're getting reports of power outages in major cities across the country. New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., all going dark. Is it an attack? Maya asked. We don't know yet, Phillips replied. But there's something else. The Federation ships that were in orbit around Earth have all disappeared from our tracking systems. Maya looked at Frank and Diane. Get every available officer ready. I don't know what's coming, but we need to prepare. Just then all their phones beeped at the same time. It was an emergency broadcast message. Attention all citizens, remain in your homes. This is not a drill. Outside, they heard a loud humming sound. It grew louder until the windows started to vibrate. Maya looked up through the window and saw a large shadow passing over the city. It was bigger than any aircraft she had ever seen. Federation ship? Frank asked quietly. I don't think so, Maya replied. Their ships don't look like that. The humming stopped. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then a flash of bright light filled the sky, followed by a sound like thunder. The ground shook. What was that? Diane asked, her voice shaking. Maya's satellite phone rang again. It was the president. Director Johnson, where are you? President Martinez asked urgently. Chicago, Madam President. What's happening? The Federation Embassy just received a message, the president said. There's another alien species approaching. Earth. The Federation says they're called the Drachnid, and they're hostile to all other life forms. Is that who's causing the blackouts? Maya asked. Yes. The Federation says it's the first stage of an invasion, the president replied. They're jamming our communications and power systems. What about the Federation ships that left orbit? Maya asked. They're regrouping at Jupiter, the president said. The Federation ambassador says they can help us, but they want something in return. What do they want? Maya asked, though she suspected she already knew the answer. They want us to return all the technology we've studied and developed based on their designs, the president said, and they want all the data we've collected about their activities on Earth destroyed. Maya looked at Frank and Diane, who were listening intently. They're using this situation to cover their tracks, Maya said. Maybe, the president agreed. But right now, we have a more immediate problem. The Drachnid ships are positioning themselves above major cities worldwide. We need to evacuate as many people as possible before they attack. As they spoke, the lights in the police station came back on. The phones started working again. Enough, power's back, Frank said. Maya's phone beeped with an incoming message. It was from an unknown source, but the text made her freeze. The Drachnid are not real. Check Federation historical records. They've used this tactic before. Madam President, Maya said, I think we need to be very careful about trusting the Federation right now. Something doesn't add up. Another flash lit up the sky, brighter than before. This time, they all saw it clearly through the window. It wasn't a weapon. It was a massive hologram projected in the clouds above Chicago, the image of a fearsome alien creature with multiple eyes and sharp teeth. Maya understood now. This wasn't an invasion, it was a deception. Maya Johnson looked at the huge image of the scary alien in the sky. It was just light, not real. She turned to Frank and Diane. It's a trick, she said. The Federation is trying to scare us. Frank stared at the sky. Why would they do that? To make us need them, Maya explained. If we think a dangerous enemy is attacking, we will ask the Federation for help. Then they can make us give them whatever they want. Maya called President Martinez back. Madam President, the invasion isn't real. The Federation is creating these images and the blackouts to trick us. Do you have proof? The president asked. Not yet, Maya admitted. But I received a message saying we should check the Federation's history. They've done this before to other planets. The president was quiet for a moment. The Federation ambassador is here with me now. He's demanding we give him access to our military system so they can help us fight the Drachnid. Don't do it, Maya said firmly. That's exactly what they want. I need more than your suspicion, Director, the president replied. Find me proof quickly. Maya ended the call and turned to Frank and Diane. We need to find proof that the Federation is behind this fake invasion. How do we do that? Diane asked. Maya thought for a moment. The missing technology from your evidence room. The Federation took it back because they were afraid we would learn something from it. What if unknown device Alpha is the key? But we don't have it anymore, Frank pointed out. No, but we have scans and photos of it, Maya said. Let's look at all the records. They went to the police station's computer room. Maya used her FBI clearance to access all files about the alien technology. They found detailed photos of the strange device. It was round with lights on its surface and had symbols no one understood. Wait, Maya said, looking closely at one photo. These symbols look like the ones on the Federation ambassador's translator device. Just then, Maya's phone rang again. It was Agent Phillips from FBI headquarters. Director, our technical team found something, he said. The blackouts aren't coming from the ships in the sky. The power failures are being caused by small devices attached to power stations in each city, and they have Federation symbols on them. That's it, Maya said. That's our proof. She called the president again. Madam President, we found proof. The blackouts are being caused by Federation devices on Earth, not by the ships in the sky. The invasion is fake. I'm putting you on speaker, Director, the president said. The Federation ambassador is here. This is a serious accusation, came the ambassador's voice through the translator. Why would we do such a thing? Because you got caught, Maya replied. We exposed your spying operations. This fake invasion is your way to regain control and erase the evidence against you. What evidence do you have that these are Federation devices? The ambassador asked. They have the same symbols as your technology, Maya said. And we've traced the power source. It's the same type used in all Federation equipment. There was silence on the other end of the line. Then the president spoke. Ambassador, what do you have to say about this? More silence. Ambassador? The president prompted. The High Council will not be pleased, the ambassador finally said. We have invested much time in Earth. It was as good as a confession. The president's voice was cold when she spoke next. All Federation personnel are confined to their embassy until further notice. All Federation ships must leave Earth orbit immediately. This diplomatic incident will be reported to the Galactic Council. After the call ended, Maya explained to Frank and Diane what had happened. The Federation tried to trick the whole Earth, she concluded. But we caught them. Frank shook his head in disbelief. So there are no hostile aliens coming to attack us? No, Maya said. The Federation created those images in the sky and caused the blackouts themselves. But why go to all this trouble? Diane asked. Why not just deny our accusations about their spying? Because we had real proof, Maya explained. They needed something bigger to distract everyone. A fake invasion would make Earth depend on them again. All evidence of their spying would be forgotten. Outside, the giant hologram in the sky flickered and disappeared. All across Chicago, lights were coming back on as FBI teams found and disabled the Federation devices. Maya's phone rang once more. It was President Martinez. Good work, Director, the president said. The Federation ambassador has admitted everything. They've been running these deception operations on many planets. When a planet gets too close to discovering their true technological level, they stage a fake crisis. What happens now? Maya asked. We're calling an emergency session of the United Nations, the president replied. All countries need to know what happened, and we're going to establish a new agency to monitor all alien activity on Earth. I want you to lead it. Maya was surprised. Me? You exposed both the corrupt police and the Federation's plan, the president said. You're the right person for the job. After the call ended, Maya looked at Frank and Diane. How would you two feel about joining a new agency? We'll need good people we can trust. Both nodded without hesitation. The next day, Maya stood before the United Nations. Representatives from every country on Earth were there. She explained what the Federation had done and how they had uncovered the truth. For too long, we've allowed the Federation to control our relationship with the galaxy, Maya said. They told us what we could and couldn't know. They decided which technologies we could have. That ends today. The room erupted in applause. 2 weeks later, Maya sat in her new office in the headquarters of the Earth Protection Agency. Frank Taylor was now her chief of security. Diane Williams led the special operations team. They had recruited the best scientists, soldiers, and agents from around the world. On her desk was a report about the corrupt Chicago police officers. Their trial had ended quickly after Captain Simmons and the others confessed to everything. They would spend many years in prison. Maya looked out her window at the Washington Monument in the distance. The Federation embassy was closed now. Most alien representatives had left Earth. Only a few trusted species remained. Her computer beeped with an incoming message. It was from a distant star system they had never contacted before. "Greetings to Earth," the message read. "We have been watching your dealings with the Federation. We are impressed by your courage. Perhaps it is time for us to meet." Maya smiled. This was just the beginning. Earth was ready to take its place in the galaxy, not as a test subject or a junior partner, but as an equal. She pressed the button to respond. "Greetings," she typed. "Earth welcomes honest friendship." As she sent the message, Maya thought about how far she had come. From FBI agent to director to now leading Earth's first true space agency. And it all started with corrupt cops who froze in court when a black woman revealed herself as their new FBI director. The future was uncertain, but Maya was ready. Earth was ready. The stars were waiting.